good? You rocking with your boy TheCzarr, all rights reserved once again. Now, I just talked to you about Train Food, Guardian Angel, and Whoa, Mind and Awe, with parentheses around. These were 3 hit songs from Skins that are part of his album that have released and dropped in a sophomore level to help him develop his skill and show his ability on the microphone. There's a song that I was going to talk about by itself, and it may not seem like much, but Bad. The song Bad. Now, there's a lot of different things, and I spoke about this asking, was it him, in jest? Is it allegedly someone else? Was it dropped as a teaser or something? But here's my thing with the song Bad. As short as it is, Shorty like it bad. Was that the problem? Was the problem that Shorty liked it bad? Now, think about this way. And this isn't just looking at him as a good guy. This isn't even looking at good or bad. Was it that Shorty, and now we know Bad was also a title song for artists such as Michael Jackson. So the term bad has been used in good connotations to character as well. When he said bad, did he mean it bad in the sense of that she liked his style? She thought he was unique, someone who went against the grain, someone who's abnormal from the rest. And that's what Shorty liked. Well, if we consider it in the same way Michael Jackson stood out to the community, it makes perfect sense. The way he was, did Shorty like it? But she wasn't rocking with the other guys in the way that they were acknowledged. So the way they carried themselves was not respected as the way he carried himself, not only because he was a music star, but because of what he believed in, how he respected their dreams, how he allegedly was real cool enough to curl up and respect a lot of them without trying to enforce his own presence on them. Was this a situation where his alleged affiliations came into play to expose fake friends that were looking on his demise, his downfall? If we think of it this way, it makes a lot of sense. Almost it makes a lot of sense to the point where we can now perceive things through his eyes. Basically saying that you got all these girls around you, dog. You're entertaining all these girls, but they like it bad. They don't want what you offer. You see, I feel like bad stood for multiple things. It wasn't just bad like Michael Jackson bad. It stood for Shorty like it bad because they liked walking on the edge. But they liked walking on the edge he presented, not what they presented. Now, who was the they? That's up for speculation. But the type of bad he brought to the scene was stronger to a Michael Jackson than it was to a bad in their practices, their alleged magical adventures they take, their alleged way of even woeing women. It was different. So I feel like the bad in his sense is Shorty like it different. So were these women that were around him liking the vibe, the presence, the overall stature he brought versus the dampening, dark, relentless stature that these other people around brought? And is that what led to the exposure of fake friends? That he could pull women without having to do as much as was done around them, but at the same time, these people who were the ones missing out on the action because they weren't Michael Jackson / a Tentacion type of bad, they were jealous of that. This would lead to quick jealousy if all the women someone was inviting around or hanging out with you liked the guy who was not like you, who did everything adverse to you, carried himself a different way, respected them a different way. He didn't rely on anyone else to build his character or to build who he actually was. And he could still have a conversation with them, get them to appeal to him without having to do much, and even carry on a conversation without having to do the other stuff that's alleged by some of these women to have been done. Is this the reason that also it was alleged that someone was beat by him because he really had given up dealing with them and decided to mess with other women? If we perceive someone who can get women and can deal with women without having to do a bunch of extra stuff, have them unsober in a scenario where like they're drinking or whatever, or what have you, could this make sense that he was in a position to pull women because he was that bad with it, that he could pull women, that shorty liked everything he did, and she liked the way he sung, she liked the way he made music, she liked the way he was respectable in his presence versus the respect they were demanding. And again, the they is up to speculation. Was he built different? And being built different, did he bring a different vibe that was more well off than the other people around him? See, it's about surrounding factors. If we consider the fact that his surrounding factors were contaminated with a lot of things that didn't build up a person, we can easily consider the fact that there was some type of jealousy and there was some type of environment that didn't support everything he brought, and there were people that were fake supporting him. This all leads back, if we think of this album, a lot of the songs lead back to the same synonymous nature of the character he brought versus the character others would bring. Think of this. If you're not as successful in your career or whatever you're doing, or you're not able to produce at a level as someone is, that factor of jealousy is a fast factor. It comes out fast. It happens fast. You have a lot of people that act funny around. And more or less, it goes back to what you learned at an earlier time in life. That family ain't, or family/friends, people that claim that you're your fam to hold you down, it ain't what it's cracked up to be. And I say that not to point out anybody specifically, but just in general, you're told that you having the most friends doesn't matter more than it is developing yourself to become someone of respect, a man of respect. There's many rappers that talk about men of respect, made men, the whole ideology behind that. Could this have come back into play? That he was more focused on respect, the fans, charity, giving to people that was less fortunate, making sure they had something. Is this a way that we can understand that we're seeing it through his eyes? And seeing it through his eyes in that manner would help us to distinguish who's real and who's fake. You see, there are many people that plot on those because they don't try and work hard to bring things to their life. If you don't have people making music, working on their craft as much as you, when you look around you and you see you got what you deserve, those are going to be the same people that act like you owe them. That is normal. That's major in a black culture. Not even a black culture, in the music industry. A lot of people want to say, oh, he took my style, or he's copying me. Was he at the point where a lot of people were trying to copy what he brought to the game, and because he was such an all-around artist, they really didn't have the potential or ability to do the same thing? Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are going to put success on fame, on the amount of fans. What if it was just looking strictly at legacy of skills and how no one can say that you jocked their style? No one could say that you took their musical ability or copied anything they did. But you see that a lot of people are copying you, trying to bring that same vibe you do, just for the success, off of their own growth. Isn't it easy to see how jealousy and accusations could build? That people would be like, we got to find some way to demean him. So if he was Mike Jack bad without having to say it, wouldn't that bring some level of disassociation amongst him and his peers? This is the way peers break up all the time. It's like, where's your talent at? Where's your vibe at? Where's your ability versus me? And could this have attracted the women naturally? And being that he was in a position where this naturally attracted crowds of people, women, all types of things, that he really was looked down upon, even though you couldn't look down on him. Dealt with depression, dealt with homelessness, dealt with many different factors that made him some type of relentless character in the situation to chase his dreams, that others couldn't achieve the dreams that they were trying to chase, the greatness they were trying to be. This is a very easy factor to understand. And so when I listen to Bad, I see all of these things working at once. Even out here, I told you the way people try and be distractions, act funny. And I don't even know most of them. And I don't care to. But that's my thing. I can visualize this. I can visualize how weird people can get because they see you doing something they don't understand, but it's not for them to understand. When you're on your own path and you're chasing your own dreams, I never look for someone to co-sign my dreams, to tell me they think it's acceptable. Those same people wouldn't pay your bills or support you in any way, shape, or form when you were down and out. Sometimes the same people take shots at your career, make fun of it, try and tell you you can't achieve it, but he did. So how many people actually from the heart supported what he did and wasn't saying to him, now you got to help me out, now you got to lift me up? Because if that was the case, would he have been able to do it as easily with all of the other weight on his shoulders from other people around him? Be honest. Would he have done it that way? Or was he a standout artist because his talents shined through and no one could stop it? What are your thoughts on this? This was my thought on Bad in depth and how it could have related to the situation and the information we already know. I got more coming, even more songs that I was speaking about. So hit the like button and let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Let me know what your thoughts are on what I talked about. You know how I rock. All rights reserved.